Faith, family culture with Luke and Susie. Luke, spring sprung.
Yes.
We kind of haven't made much of a big deal about it, but it has.
Well, if it has sprung, and that's past tense, can I say it sprang?
You can try that if you want to. But it does mean that it's strange how it works, but the body seems to click into some sort of gear that says it's time to clean out the house.
Mine doesn't. I'm just throwing it.
Yours never does.
I'm just putting it out there.
Bonnie Black from Little Miss Organised is here to help us with our spring cleaning tactic. How are you going, Bonnie?
Good, thanks. How are you guys?
Yeah, good,
great.
Bonnie. I'd just like to say, look, you're free to give whatever advice and thoughts that you like, but bear in mind, I would be a bigger fan if your suggestions don't include me. So I'm just throwing it out there just before we speak, just to freedom to say whatever you want.
Well, I'm all for that, Luke, as long as you don't mind if Susie throws out things that you don't decide on.
All right.
Yes!
It's time to end now.
Yes. Thank you, Bonnie. Well, this is the thing, is it's probably about 3 weeks ago, I got the feeling that I just need to cull. I just need to clean out my house. And it's just, and then I went, spring's coming. I don't even know why that happens, but there's this spring clean concept. Are you a spring cleaner?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Look, I'm probably a bit more of a every week sort of spring cleaner because that's just in my blood.
Yeah.
But I think there's something about getting out of that hibernating feeling and feeling like that warmth in the air and thinking, it's time to open the windows, it's time to, dust out the doona covers and all the linen and just kind of throw off everything that's been keeping us hibernating all winter. And I think that's where the spring cleaning thing really comes from.
Why do you think that I don't even have an inkling of any of these feelings and thoughts that you guys are having?
Because you're male?
No.
Hey, that was a good answer. She could have said because you're lazy.
It's true. I'll go with male.
We're going to get into some more specific spring cleaning tactics next. Little Miss Organised is our guest today. Faith, family culture with Luke and Susie, and we're joined today by Little Miss Organised as we start to get ready for this spring clean. And chances are you've started already, but you are Little Miss Organised, Bonnie, and so that means you're probably more into having a regular system and making sure we're in control all of the time. But let's just put you in the position of those who are not in control.
Hypothetically, if someone's house was throughout the year to be completely out of control and things got stuffed in cupboards whenever relatives were coming over to visit, how would you recover from such a hypothetical scenario?
What would be your strategy for attacking the spring cleaning?
Well, the most important thing is to actually start small because it's when you have victories over small areas, so small cupboards, drawers, those kind of things, then you'll actually have the motivation to go on to the bigger tasks. It's when people look at their garage and think, that's a disaster, I've got to do this, and they get halfway through and it's just even more of a mess. They give up, it gets worse than before, and the cycle continues. So the really important thing is to just start small, have some victories, and then move on to the bigger stuff.
I almost choked when you mentioned our garage.
When did you come over?
That is a developing country.
It's amazing how many people can't actually park a car or both cars in their garage because there's stuff there.
We couldn't get a push bike in there right now.
Yeah, it is full. Little Miss Organised, you would have a conniption.
So basically what happens is the rest of the house, whenever we hold something in our hands and go, where does this go? And there is no direct answer, we open the garage door and throw it in and then close it.
But now is the time to attack it. I like that, though, that strategy of starting small and then working on to the big things. Now, when it comes to, let's say we're in the other scenario. Let's say that our house is actually tidy and in control. What are the things that we probably often forget when it comes to the spring cleaning?
I think a lot of people forget to actually go quite deep in their actual cleaning and their tidying. So when we're doing a spring clean, it's not just the cleaning aspect of dusting things that maybe don't normally get dust, like aircon filters and fans and all those sort of things. But it's the organising of the wardrobes and, maybe rotating some clothes that we don't hang up all the time. It's going through our kids' clothes and working out what doesn't fit anymore, what's not going to be good enough for next winter or next season, and just doing a big cull because spring really is the time for us to throw off everything that's hindering or entangling us and kind of embrace the warmer weather, embracing living with less. And the more people that we work with, the more we realise how deeply satisfying it is to actually throw off the stuff that is burdening you and just holding you back.
You know, I don't like the idea of throwing away my own clothes, regardless of whether they fit or not, because my weight has fluctuated my entire life. So just because they don't fit now doesn't mean they won't fit in the future. But you mentioned clothes, and I thought of our kids. Their cupboards are filled with clothes, and I'm sure 75% of them no longer fit them. And the fact is, because it's size, they're not going to go back to being 3.
Yeah.
So we can get rid of their 3-year-old clothes, unless they're, what was it, Benjamin Button? I don't think it's going to happen.
Which they're not. They're definitely growing up and growing bigger. Okay, so for our spring cleaning strategy, what we have is that we're going to start small, have victories over the small things, and that'll give us the confidence to attack the big things.
Yep.
And we're going to go deep in our clean. I love love the way your mind works, Little Miss Organised.
What I'm going to do, Suze, I'm going to do the top drawer of the office. If you can do... No, it's fair. I'll do that and you do everything else.
Everything else.
You do the garage and I'll do the top drawer of the office.
Because she's not doing enough already, you know.
Don't be like that.
Oh, Bonnie Black from Little Miss Organised, thank you so much for giving us a little bit of space in trying to get our head around how to attack the spring cleaning. Really appreciate your time.
Not a problem, and I'd love to see some before and after photos of that office drawer, Luke.
Yeah, okay, great. Deal. It's a deal.
That's great.